What's up, YouTube? This is Spade here, back again with another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. And today I'm gonna bring you guys another underused match against someone by the name of Xo Joseph. I battled him a while ago in NU. I think I posted that match like last week with the Woodhammer shenanigans. But anyways, there was also a Pokemoshpit upload last Sunday. Another UU match, so if you haven't still seen that match, I will leave a link in the description and possibly an annotation if I just remember, so please go check it out. But there you can see the teams, and I'm using the Sand team with the exception of my Dusclops being Sableye this time, because this was like the first edition of my team and I had a Sableye on it. But looking at my opponent's team, he has a bunch of dangerous elite UU guys, if you may, a bunch of guys who just a while ago dropped. Those are the ones that I'm really afraid of. And then there's Deoxys Defense, the Unbreakable Wall, and for my team especially, it's really difficult to deal with. You know, I do have Alakazam, which can hit it with Shadow Balls, but you know, it doesn't want to hit KO the Deoxys, so it's definitely something I need to watch out for. And Tornadus is a really dangerous poke too, because especially since it from time to time carries Rain Dance, which could ruin my Sand, and he also has a Machamp with Dynamic Punch shenanigans, which I really need to watch out for. But I do have Sableye, which might be able to deal with it. But without further ado, let's just get this battle started. I leave with Hippo to set up my Sand as fast as I can, but he has this Deoxys. And I decided to directly switch into my Roserade, because I figure he's gonna be setting up some spikes, and I just want to put him to sleep and then set up my own entry hazards, my toxic spikes. So this beginning of the match is gonna be a bit of a entry hazard trading from side to side, but I do indeed put him to sleep. But the bad thing is that he's of course gonna be able to burn the first turn of sleep right here. So I'm just really hoping that he doesn't wake on the first possible turn, which would be this next one right here. But I'm just gonna take this chance to set up my toxic spikes, because he doesn't seem to have a spinner or a poison type, so that's definitely going to be helping me out in the long run of this match, especially against this Deoxys and Machamp and Chandelure and even Rhyperior. So I'm gonna go for my second layer, and he's still asleep, which is good. So I get off my own entry hazards for free, and I think he is going to wake up on this next turn, I think. But anyway, so much after turn effects. I'm gonna start hitting him with Sludge Bomb, because I wanna engage the damage, and indeed he does wake up here. And Sludge Bomb actually does a decent chunk, and he does get off his second layer of spikes. So I was thinking maybe he's just gonna go for another one. So I'm gonna go for Sludge Bomb, because maybe on the next turn I could take him out with Leaf Storm. But he actually just decides to play it safe and go for the Recover to keep his health up, which is a good play on his part. I was really hoping that you know, I could go for the Leaf Storm KO possibly on the next turn if he would have indeed set up the next layer of spikes, but it doesn't happen. He plays it safe, goes for Recover, and on the next turn my Sleep Powder unfortunately misses. But you know, gotta say I was still lucky enough to get a few sleep turns on my first Sleep Powder, so you know, it isn't too bad of a trade. You know, it happens, not too big of a deal anyways. But I'm gonna go for the Sleep Powder again, put this thing to sleep, because I just can, and whatnot. But on the next turn I think I'm just gonna switch out, and now the stall portion is pretty much over, at least for now. There isn't too much going on. But I switched into my Sableye, because I was thinking if he wants to stay in, I can just troll him with Taunt, but he actually switches into his Tornadus. And I don't know what kind of Tornadus this is. Is he Choiced or is he Life Orb? I'm gonna scout for it anyways. Go for the substitute, and he's gonna go for the Hurricane. And there you can see the Life Orb recoil. So now I know that he's Life Orb, and I'm just gonna on the next turn I'm just gonna go for the Recover. I don't really have much else to do, and I don't really want to switch anything directly into Hurricane, because it's just gonna wreck. But luckily for me, his Hurricane misses, because it's not raining. And it's actually funny that Tornadus is pretty much better in OU than it is in UU, just because of Perma-Rain. And speaking of the devil, there he uses the Rain Dance as I go for the Torment. But this actually works out pretty good for me, because on this following turn I can go for the priority substitute. He's gonna go for the Hurricane again. That's gonna obviously break my sub, but now that he's tormented, he cannot use the same move twice in a row, so that means he's gonna be using some other move, meaning I can get a free switch into something that I want. So I'm gonna go into my Azumarill, which I know can take something that's not Hurricane, Stab and Life Orb and everything, but he goes for Dark Pulse. It does quite a bit, but it's a weaker move, not Stab, so it doesn't KO, and I go for the Rain boosted Aqua Jet to take him out. And in comes the Machamp, and the Rain is still up, so I'm like, screw it, let's just stay in and go for the damage, because it's definitely going to help, because Machamps are so bulky. And Rain boosted Aqua Jet does way over half, which is great. And the Rain finally stops, and I'm gonna go into my Alakazam right now. Unfortunately, he does carry the Bullet Punch, which means my Focus Sash is now broken, which is rather unfortunate, because I was really hoping to, you know, save that Sash for later, but, you know, it doesn't happen. And in comes this Escavalier after I revenge kill the Machamp, and I'm just gonna switch into my Hippowdon right here, because, you know, I want to set up my Sand again, because he used the Rain Dance, and also my Hippo is obviously a physical wall, so I can pretty much take anything from this Escavalier at least decently well. But he goes for Swagger, which is like really weird, but I hit through the confusion, go for +2 EQ, which does way over half. But then he uses Iron Defense, and I'm like, I'm not even sure what kind of Escavalier am I dealing with, but yeah, I hit through the confusion again, so you know, getting some really good luck here, but then again, you know, that's what happens when it's 50-50, it's 50-50. But anyways, you know, the Swagger, even though I'm at +2, you know, I think I would be still able to stall this thing out, because I have, you know, such great bulk. But he goes for the Iron Head, and I don't flinch, I don't get confused, and I get a chance to roar him out. I just decided to go for the roar because he had the +4, and I didn't want him to set up anymore. So in comes Deoxys, which is guaranteed to sleep for at least this one turn, and I snap out of the confusion, go for the +2 EQ, and it actually looks to be a solid 2-hit KO, which is great. So he just gave me the +2, and now I'm just using it against him, so you know, works out pretty good for me, I must say. But he wakes up, goes for the Psycho Boost. I was just expecting, you know, something like Nightshade, but he does have the Psycho Boost. It does quite a bit, because I do not have much of anything in the Spec D department. So, you know, it brings me down to about half, and this Chandelure will most likely be able to revenge kill me from this range. And I could go into my, whatchamacallit, Detective Scruffy, my Stoutland, but it only has Pursuit. And at this point I didn't have the Wild Charge, so I decided to you know, stall him out for at least one turn, go into Sableye, set up a priority substitute, rack up some toxic damage, and also, you know, Sandstorm, which is nice. And but on this following turn I'm just gonna go for the whatchamacallit, Torment, because if he's choice Scarfed or, you know, choiced in some way, that will mean on the next turn he will be forced to struggle, meaning that, you know, I can just bring out pretty much whatever I want. And I'm actually gonna go into my Alakazam, because it's not gonna be taking any spikes damage, which is cool. And it does turn out, though, that he is not choiced, at least not Scarfed, because I am able to outspeed him, because, you know, he would have been otherwise be forced to go for the struggle when he was outspeeding me, but that is not the case. And in comes Escavalier, which I was really hoping to take out, but Focus Blast just isn't enough, because I'm not Life Orb, I'm Focus Sash, like I mentioned earlier. But he goes for Swagger. I really don't know why he just didn't kill me off, but you know, it's like whatever. He goes for Swagger, so I want to save my Alakazam, because it actually has Energy Ball, and his last guy is Rhyperior, so I might be able to, I might just need my Alakazam for that. And I send out Scruffy, go for the Fire Fang, revenge kill that thing. But now his last guy is indeed that Rhyperior. And this was actually really worrying me, because if he was a Rock Polish set, he could have, you know, possibly outspeeded and just revenge killed everything on my team. Although even after Rock Polish I would have been still faster with my Scruffy, so it would have come close with the toxic damage racking up. But luckily he has leftovers, so he most likely isn't even a rock polish set. He kills me off, and I can bring out Roserade. Go for the Leaf Storm, 4 times super effective. Solid Rock is not going to be able to save him, and that will be the game. So thank you for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. It was a really close match in the end. Kind of came down whether his Rhyperior was that rock polish or not, but it all turned out well in the end for me. So thank you for watching, and please go check out that Pokemoshpit battle if you still haven't, which I mentioned at the beginning. So I will leave a link in the description, and yeah, I think this will be pretty much all for today. I'm just really hoping now that YouTube will get fixed, because they again they have processing problems. Last weekend I was uploading some Minecraft. It was less than 300 megabytes, and it took, for YouTube, it took like 2 hours before they processed and published it, and that was just redonkulous. And now it's a little bit better, but the problem is still there, and the processing system is all weird, because when you upload a video, it doesn't directly process. It's just all weird. Everybody knows what I'm talking about if you upload yourself. Many people have the same problem, but hopefully they'll get it fixed soon. But yeah, that's enough of ranting and rambling for today. So but indeed, if you think you have missed some of my uploads on the past weekend, I did upload my 20k podcast final episode. I was talking Pokemon, Minecraft, some LP stuff like that. So if you think you have missed anything, just go to my channel page and the recent uploads and scroll down a bit, and you should be able to see everything I have recently uploaded, because I'm not really sure if the videos got to everyone's sub boxes, because yeah, YouTube has been a jerk once again. Don't know how they have these problems so often, and it always takes so long, because again, it has been for like a week already since this problem started. But yeah, that will be enough of ranting and rambling for today. So thank you for listening, and indeed, I will see you guys next time. So until then, this is TheFlamingSpade signing out. Peace.